Sairento VR. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Crafted painstakingly to provide an engaging and visually stunning first-person sword fighting and gunplay. Expect awesome weaponry, intuitive controls, challenging levels, menacing enemies, and beautiful environments in your fight to restore order to the world. Yes guys, this is a VR-only game that was designed I think for the Vive, but is very playable on the Oculus Rift. Now, this uses what's called room scale, but it's a standing or seated game. My setup, just so you know, is an Oculus Rift with 2 sensors, and it's fine. I mean, you know, people say you can't do room scale on an Oculus. You can. I have, and you'll see it right now. So what is the game? Well, the game is an arena-based single-player game where you go into an arena with an array of weapons that you unlock, and you have to kill everybody in that arena. You can't run around, as in like moving a thumbstick to move. You have to select an area to teleport to and paint the floor with that area, if you like, by holding down a button. When you release the button, you will leap to that area. All sounds wank, I know. I've played a few of these room scale games, and I think they're pretty shit, to be fair. They're kind of like, you can't get immersed because you're rooted to the spot in most of them, just shooting at things. Remember a lot of you older people might remember at the amusement arcades there was these games where you would pull out a gun. You have a real gun there, and Operation Wolf was one of them. That had a sort of an SMG, I think. There was Mad Dog McCree was one of my favourites. You had this like old revolver, and you just shot at people on the screen. It's that, essentially. Most games that are room scale are that. It's just the difference is you are in the world rather than shooting at the world. But you would think that 30 years later that it would be a bit better, wouldn't you? Well, this game is. This game is different. This game is the best, without a shadow of a doubt. Nothing that I've played comes even close to how great this game is in room scale VR. You see, what this game gives that the others pretty much don't, and I haven't played all of them yet, but I have played a fair few. But what this game gives is immersion. It gives you the sense that you can move around, that you are this teleporting ninja. And I know that's sort of, you know, there's no such thing, Mac, as a teleporting ninja. Yeah, I know there isn't, but there is now. You're listening to it. I actually feel that I'm a ninja. I feel that I am all powerful. I feel that I am capable of these things. I go into this game and it puts me in this virtual world that looks awesome. And I can leap around, and just at the squeeze of a trigger, I can induce bullet time like from the Matrix, and I can dual wield pistols as I'm leaping over someone's head and just start pouring the bullets into their face, then land, then another guy comes, switch to sword, block his move, then just slash him with my sword, and have another 3 or 4 guys all running in, firing bullets, some are ninjas coming at us, and I'll just pull out my guns and just start bam, 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 bam. I feel indestructible. I feel absolutely all powerful, and so much so that when I finish and I take my Oculus off and go outside, I pick fights with the tough guys, and I end up in hospital. It's so good, guys. It's so much fun. Now, what you have to get is that it's piss easy, and that's a shame because I don't want it to be piss easy, but it's piss easy. It's a false sense of greatness. You kind of don't let anybody else watch while you're doing it because you think in your head, I'm freaking awesome. I'm awesome. But anybody watching will just say, Mac, this is easy. What are you doing? You're just pressing a button, leaping over the head, slowing down time. You aren't in slow time, they are in slow time. You have a massive advantage. You've got these awesome weapons with kick-ass upgrades in, which I'll come to in a minute. And you're just blasting them in the face and killing them. There's a boss who sluggishly wanders around the level, and you have time to actually sit down and have a picnic at the far side of the arena before he actually gets to you. And when he does get to you, he can't hit you because you can instantly dive out of the way using your teleports, get behind him, fill him full of buckshot, It's easy. It's so easy that you could play this as a 90-year-old. You could play this with rigor mortis. It's hard to actually die. You have to crank the difficulty right up and then just be a complete bell end to even die in this game. It's sad that it's so easy. It's awful that it's so easy. I want this in multiplayer. I want to play this multiplayer with real people that are able to do all this shit. It would be insane. It'd probably be shit, actually, when I think about it, because I don't know how they would even do it. They'd have to take out bullet time. You'd have to take out bullet time, or it would be just ridiculous. It'll be like whoever has bullet time wins, and whoever got the bullet time first wins, so that wouldn't work. But anyway, back to this game. There's different ways you can play this. There's assassinations, where you have to assassinate a big boss guy, who I've just mentioned is easy. There's elimination, where you have to eliminate everybody on the level, but pretty much all the maps are eliminate everybody on the level. There's waves, where you'll get 3 waves that'll get progressively harder, where you have to eliminate everybody on the level. And there's survival, where you'll have, I don't know, 45 enemies, and they'll be trying to kill you, and you've got to survive that level. And then when you survive for like 85 seconds, which is what you have to, it then says eliminate all enemies on the level. So basically, you have to kill everyone in every way possible, and that's the game. You start off with just a basic pistol and a sword, then you can get SMGs, you can get assault rifles, you can get shotguns, and you can augment these with runes that you find. You find the runes in the chests. You can also buy some because you get money as you open chests in the playing arena. You will get money, and you can go to the in-game shop, which it's not a pay to win. You can't use real money, and you can buy better runes to put in your weapons to augment them, to give them plus damage, plus extra spread. You can also have a perk system where you give yourself lots of perks. You get skill points. It's like a skill tree, and you can give yourself more ammunition for each weapon. You can give yourself unlock more weapon slots to carry more weapons into the arena. And that's a real cool feature, that the weapons, because when you go into the arena, by simply pressing a button, you just see all your weapons, and you just hold it, move your hand towards it, and then grip it as if you were in real life. You just grip the actual touch controllers. Guys, whoever designed them wants a knighthood. They are unbelievable. You feel like you are holding a gun in each hand. They feel like weapons. They don't feel like controllers. The grip that you hold, you squeeze, and that allows you to pick things up in game. It has triggers, it has buttons on the top, it has thumbsticks. It is incredibly good. I mean, I wish you could use it. You might be able to, I don't know. I wish you could use it as a controller, because it is way better than an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller. I mean, obviously you can't, because you were given an Xbox controller with the Rift, so I guess you can't. But the main gripe I have with this game is it's too easy. It's just way too easy. But it isn't a tech demo. Nearly everything that I've played that is specifically made for the Rift or the Vive is a tech demo. It's not a game. This is one of the first ones that's actually a game. It's kind of changed my view on room scale games, because I kind of bought the Rift thinking I'm only going to play city down games like Elite, like Project Cars and that kind of stuff, and flight sims. Yeah, there's going to be some great experiences with room scale, but I think the vast majority is shit, because of what I mentioned already, that they generally have you standing still shooting stuff, which is about as much fun as a kick in the balls. It's just boring. This isn't, you're all over the place, you're constantly moving. If you stand still for more than 3 or 4 seconds, you just get peppered with bullets. But if the developers are watching this, let's die a lot easier, please. You know, who are you making this for? Party time with drunk granny? I mean, no, you know, let's beef it up. I mean, alright, have it easy on the very easy difficulties, but it's a bad job when you're playing on max difficulty and you can take about 20 or 30 shots. Have it so 4 bullets will kill you or something, you know, and stop having this regenerated health bullwank. You know, and make all them not work. Or have a nightmare mode where none of your skills will work, you know, just your weapon stuff. That would be awesome. That'd be really good. One last thing that does bug me about this, you've probably gathered by now by watching this footage that it kind of looks a bit off. It looks like I'm looking down all the time when I'm shooting them. You don't see a lot of their faces. That's not how it is in the Rift. That is how it is on my monitor, which is what I've recorded. And it's down to how the game was programmed. I've been researching this on the internet, and apparently games made with either Unity or the Unreal, they have a default viewing area which is shit. It's like tilted down, when you're using the Oculus Rift, and it's up to the developers to put in a better value to tilt that up to so that when you are watching this on a monitor, like say I was playing it with the Rift and you guys were watching on my monitor, you would see the exact same view that I'm viewing. But that isn't the way it is, and that causes a problem with videos. I was going to make a shit ton of videos on this game, but I'm not going to bother now because it's just crap for making videos on the Oculus Rift. I don't think it has this problem on the Vive, but it does on the Vive, but it does on the Rift. But that has no impact on my pleasure playing it. I'm going to continually play this because I absolutely love it. Yes, it's going to get boring after a few more hours. I've done about 6 hours on it now. You know, I've unlocked one of each weapon. There's probably more weapons in there. I'm not too sure. But it is one of the best VR games that I've played. So there you go, guys. It is definitely worth a buy, whether you've got the Vive or the Rift. It is an amazing room scale experience, and it will make you feel so much better. But beware, when you switch it off, you'll feel inadequate again as a man.